Autism AIM, advocating for autistic adults. We have a service called Autism AIM, which is made up of 3 separate projects. Leeds Autism AIM, Yorkshire Autism AIM Mental Health Equity Project, and Bradford and Craven Autism AIM. The A in AIM stands for advocacy. I stands for information, and M stands for mentoring. All 3 projects do advocacy in some form. Advocacy is working with you to listen to what you want and act on your behalf at all times. Think about what choices you have. Put forward your views so they are heard, and to stand up for your rights and interests. Leeds Autism AIM provide one-to-one advocacy. This involves working with autistic adults to make sure their voice gets heard and their rights are met. Our advocate works with people on issues such as accessing services, benefits like personal independence payments or PIP for short, and information and signposting to useful services. All our projects together have made a range of free self-advocacy resources. Self-advocacy is speaking up for yourself, your rights and wishes. Our resources include planning tools, strategy guides and an autism alert card. Our self-advocacy resources help autistic adults to speak up for themselves and their rights and have been downloaded thousands of times. They are all free to use. We have helped to make autistic adults' voices heard at forums. These include the Leeds Adult Autism Partnership Board, the Leeds Autism Employment Forum, and the West Yorkshire Neurodiversity Deep Dive Project. We have done this by speaking to autistic adults we work with and passing on their thoughts and experiences to services such as the NHS, local councils, housing and mental health. Autism AIM have helped to make changes and improve access to services for autistic adults, such as co-creating a new health passport for autistic adults in Leeds, doing sensory audits of mental health inpatient settings across Leeds, making recommendations for improvements, and providing training for services on how they can be more accessible for autistic adults. If you would like to work with us, please get in touch. The Yorkshire Autism AIM Mental Health Equity Project aims to improve mental health outcomes and access to mental health services for autistic people within West Yorkshire, currently focusing on Leeds and Bradford. Here is how Yorkshire Autism AIM has fostered autistic advocacy in services. Autism equity training for advocates and social prescribers to improve awareness of autistic people's needs and expectations when accessing their services, for example, linking leads. Completed a survey of autistic experiences accessing Leeds-based mental health services with over 40 responses offering feedback on 16 different local services. Advocating for autistic mental health support and provisions at numerous forums, such as LYPFT forums around autism and mental health, Transforming Community Mental Health, the Leeds Autism Reference Group, and West Yorkshire ICB Neurodiversity Professionals Forum. Sensory assessments of partnered mental health wards with detailed sensory reports advocating for sensory adaptation and adjustments that support autistic needs, and creating autism-specific mental health resources in partnership with Leeds Mind and clinicians from LYPFT, that is the Leeds and York Partnership NHS Foundation Trust. Leeds and Bradford and Craven Autism AIM both have health access projects. Their work involves supporting autistic adults to access GP services, helping autistic adults to communicate their healthcare needs, creating self-advocacy resources to help communicate pain, symptoms and fatigue, and giving feedback from autistic adults on how healthcare settings can be more accessible. Although Leeds Autism AIM's volunteer autism mentors are not advocates, they can still help you to be heard. They do this by giving information and signposting to useful services, empowering you to speak up for yourself and your rights, and supporting you to access advocacy services if needed. If you would like more information on our advocacy work, please visit the Leeds and Bradford service websites at these links: leedsautismaim.org.uk and bradfordautismaim.org.uk. You can also contact us by emailing leedsautismaim@advanet.org.uk, yarmhep@advanet.org.uk and bradfordautismaim@advanet.org.uk. Autism AIM is part of the Advanet Group, an independent advocacy charity based in Leeds.